Yeah.
So let's recap onboarding and keep going from there.
Conveniently, the
onboarding.
game is still playing.
Yeah, basically having like pitches ready for every scenario, having a pitch that speaks to each of the user personas that we expect, and having these notes because they can be built into the proposal. So that we are like really sensitive to the requirements of anyone we work with. So then there is obviously the engagement component where it's like the actual work we do with the clients. And I think something that we can try definitely is having just one person engage with the client as an engagement manager, because that not only like reduces like different points of contact, but it kind of builds a relationship, personal relationship between the person who's in touch. Something like the you could say what Midair and Andrew have working on Waverly. So I think that's an approach we should take. And
If, say, a lead comes in, who answers it?
So I think if a lead comes in, there's going to be say 2 people or whoever like take this. So that's this whole process, onboarding process. 2 people take it. We do the scenario pitch. We tell them about what we can offer based on what which stage they're at, and we finish this up. Once it's done, we're going to have one like project lead for that particular project, and that guy is going to be the engagement manager through the whole course of the project. So every few days he gets in touch.
Every few days, and like especially if it's implementation, that person is essentially the one giving the updates to the client.
Okay. In regards to the first point of contact, the cool with it so long as people respond quickly.
Yeah.
Like that's, like.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, that's the number one.
Anyone can take on, but they should be equipped with this and this when they go in for a call.
And they should know. Yeah.
So that's about it, and I would say so. Yeah. Also, the communication protocols in the sense like we definitely try to put it out there to the client that it's
finite.
It's
scarce.
Time. It's something that even if you're engaging, get back to us quickly if you ask for a resource. Like have these protocols so that like.
No. Oh my God, 3-3. What the hell is going on? I can't keep on messaging.
Oh. Oh man.
Wow, what a game. What a fucking game, mates.
Give me that ball.
Wow.
Yeah, he's the best. Yeah. I don't know what he just threw down, but that's awesome.
He just threw down some air.
Yeah, he was like, you know what?
Some heavy air.
I need this.
I don't know why they didn't show Wenger. Okay, so I think that's why we should have one person taking up. I mean, if you're doing 3 clients,
yes,
it's doable.
Doable.
Yeah, it's not something that's really hard, and obviously there's going to be partnerships in the whole process because
there's an aspect of that we haven't really touched upon. I don't want to complicate things by introducing it, but it's something that actually has to. It is something that has to take place. Meaning, we have to post Waverly. We need to basically talk to all of the people that we had, all the platforms that we had engaged with originally, and
so
I think having a list of partnerships.
Exactly. So first thing is like having a list of partners. It could be everyone from the platforms to someone who could do the digital marketing to someone who's doing the graphic design campaign.
Oh, you mean okay? You're talking
Our
about
partners.
internal.
Internal
Okay, I
partners
was
who are-
talking
who
about
can-
like okay.
So if a client comes to us, we want to outsource something. These are our go-to ways, like partners.
Okay.
And also have someone who manages these partnerships.
Okay.
So that because we don't want to be in a position where we tell a client that okay you want to do the campaign in a week's time, cool, and we outsource it to the partner and they're like we are knee deep in our own shit.
Yeah.
And we don't want to be in that situation, so that we have this transparent communication and someone manages all these like points. And obviously like when it comes to support, it could just be this person who's kind of updating and like
Yeah. Support is through the course of the entire project.
yeah.
The project manager.
And
And actually, I wanna
Support
add
and
one-
engagement managers.
mhm.
Is that the same?
So that is something we're going to decide based on the size of the project. If the project is like a really big project, you need like multiple people taking charge. There's going to be one engagement manager who's mainly going to be speaking to the client, and one guy who's running the project inside.
Yeah.
But I think most of our projects, the same guy can probably do both.
Mm.
But that would really depend on the situation. And I want to add one more thing here, which is documentation. So everything we do everywhere has to be documented. In, I think we have a Google site. I think getting that organized, like where we're like posting each, like everything we need,
Yeah.
in all in one portal, and everyone has access to it. So if you get a project like say 1 year from now, which is really similar to Waverly, we can just go onto that, check out what we did for Waverly, be like, okay, this is really similar. We can just do something similar to this.
Yeah.
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 Because I
yeah.
think
I mean,
documenting
from like I have a lot of anecdotal aspects of writing proposals. I've written the same proposal 8 times over again, not realizing I have basically written that same proposal.
I think when it comes to proposals, there's an amazing book which I read about proposals, which is really good, which I can recommend, which is good.
I do want to change the proposal document that we have. There's too much space. It adds too much room for text.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like long.
So this proposal is used by consulting firms like McKinsey and AD Carney and stuff like that when they go to meet clients. So it's a really interesting. It's really logical and it
really?
makes intuitive sense.
Is
And it's
it-
really persuasive.
What's it called?
It's a book called Writing Winning Business Proposals, I think. With
Wow.
the name is
Wow.
really generic.
Okay.
But it is a really good book. I love the book. We should get it for our library.
Yeah, I was doing that like interview and I just had that rags thing in the back. That was the only thing that you could see.
But I think at this point, do we have any do you guys have any do you have any questions?
So who is going to do these things? B, for the things that we are like, where did the things take place? So like documentation.
So I think next step basically the next steps. So next steps is assigning each person with each of these. I think this will need 2 people. I think Medar and Harold are perfect because they've been working on this already.
Yeah.
Crowdfunding, and then there's these 2 as well. And like basically once we have each person doing like taking charge of each of these things, I think we should start mapping out our own what we want to do, like our own sort of lanes. We should stay in our lane and sort of map it out.
Yeah.
That shouldn't take too long. And once that's there, I think it's just really get to work. But I think the first thing is we should stick with this framework, like doing measurable short-term sprints.
I completely agree.
So we take like 2 weeks or 1 week, see if we're making any progress. If we're not, let's just change it.
Yeah.
Let's do something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically what I feel.
When do things start?
As soon as
I think
possible.
some of the things are already underway.
Right. Like, and this, I don't know when to release this, but this is something that can be
Some
started.
of these things are things which would be just a sprint where we work and get it out. Like for instance, figuring out like the business model and the pricing or the rough idea of where the pricing should be would be probably like
1 night,
two meetings.
2 meetings,
Yeah.
1 night, whatever.
Okay.
I think the important thing is we have a constraint, which is we have 5 people.
Yeah.
We shouldn't take up too much work. We shouldn't take up like works so much work that we need like 6, 7, 8 people. That would mean we won't hit our goals, and that would be a problem. So we should be like a little wary of that, I think. But apart from that, I think all of this is doable. This isn't like too hard.
Yeah.
Like once we have the basics done, just get this going, get people on board, and I think the process is like an engine. This keeps going. After a point, it's a process, right? This is a loop. This keeps going.
So these would be mostly sprints. Like these. This would be a process that we do. Some of them are like processes.
Okay.
But a lot of this are like setting up a communication protocol is just a meeting and on what's what.
Exactly.
So
Okay.
once we like get those like fix things up in.
And yeah, so and from my point of view, since like I won't be here like for the next 1 month, what I can do is every time there are like meetings in each of these. Suppose we want to have like a sprint planning for marketing, I can come on board for the meeting like remotely, and then I can write out in scope, out of scope, plan out for the measurable goal for the 2 weeks, and then you guys can work on it. I can help remotely.
Okay.
I can work that way, but I can't really take charge of anything for the next 1 month
Right.
when I come back because I won't be here. So that's the only thing.
Just gonna